First and foremost, you know the drill. Today for the beveragino we have Old Company.
I don't even know what I have.
Pals. Sponsor us. Sponsor us. No, I'm just kidding.
That's just what
Pals,
we had.
Pals are my fave soda vodka lime drink, and
These are quite good.
yeah, it's the peach flavour Old Company.
I'm not sure, but it's good.
It's good. Sorry, we're just procrastinating because we're doing this one.
Yeah, okay. And we don't look that fantastic today. We just finished filming a submission.
I look like I've been dragged through the bush.
Yeah, you actually do.
Oh, okay.
I was going to say something else and I can't remember.
So sweaty, my top's inside out because
smell.
yeah. Because we just my top's actually inside out, but I couldn't wear this to the submission because it says cocaine on my top.
And yeah.
Once again, disclaimer: if you are under the age of 18,
Well,
if
not even that, just like
yeah,
be prepared for some.
some swear words, some nudity, no, some restricted content or language.
No, we're not even that bad.
Yeah, we're not that bad, but
Grow up.
we
Everyone
just
needs
talked
to
about
stop
cocaine
being
on my
silly.
top. Grow up.
No, seriously, just, you know, everyone just needs to take everything less. No. Okay, I'm going to take that back because I'm the worst person for taking things seriously.
That's true. Anyways,
Silly.
lo and beyond.
Is it low and behold?
Also, my
Lo
joke just
and
went straight to my head.
Yeah, I'll guess it.
Yeah. Lo and behold, we're doing the
You can
awaited.
tell we're nervous because we're both like,
Wait.
just answer the question.
We are talking about our experience at the Palace Dance Studio under Periscope.
Woo!
And yeah, well, what we
Episode
did.
2 of Tipsy Talks. Welcome. If you haven't subscribed, make sure you do.
Hit that bell when you know we post.
Yes. I hope you enjoyed last episode.
It was kind of boring because it was just like an intro,
I'm
but
surprised people enjoyed it because
yeah.
I did not, but
Yeah, we really appreciated all the comments, the likes, the sharing it on Instagram. That was really, really cool.
thank you.
So thank you.
We're here for episode 2. So, should we just get into it?
Let's get into it.
Okay. So, we're going to start with... Yeah, bro. Once again.
Let's start with the... Haven't eaten today.
We're going to start by answering, or like, talking about when we started and like our journey. That will lead us into why we left / when we left. And then like there's a few other questions and things like that that we will cover. And
yeah,
we're just going to sit here and chat. Who knows where it will take us. But okay. Do you want to start or should I start?
You can start because you've been there since day dot.
Okay.
I'm just
So-
a JI.
So, okay. So I started at the Palace. Okay. Okay. Where do I start? So I actually met Paris when I was like 7, I think, because my old dance crew paid her to teach us, and so she would teach us routines and like, yeah, met her and requests and stuff when they were literally training in like a garage at her dad's work. And then when she finally opened the Palace in 2010, she was like, do you guys want to come dance for my crews and my studios and whatever, and she was having auditions. Me, being what, 7 years old, did not realize I was going to an audition. I thought I was just like going to go dance. I didn't even think I was joining this new crew. I just thought I was going down for like a workshop or something. Got there, realized it was an audition, but thankfully there were 8 kids going for 8 spots, so we were safe. So that was the start. So that was 2010 Bubblegum. And it's actually funny that we're doing this because I actually tried to leave the Palace like 3 times. So I was in Bubblegum 2010, 11, 12, 13 and 14. And I think it was the end of 13. I spoke to Brett in Paris and was like, I'm not coming back next year. And I'm really happy that I did stay because I think it was, yeah, end of 2013. And then I did 1 more year of Bubblegum. And then moved up to sorority and then did that and RF. until 2017, I think was my last year. And for those of you who don't know, as I said in the last video, like I lived up north obviously, and the palace is in Auckland. So for the first 5 years of me dancing there, my legend of a mother and other parents who would like carpool drove me to Auckland. For the first few years it was just every Saturday for trainings at 10. And then after the first, I think 3 or 4 years, we had to come down on Thursdays as well. And so every Thursday I would finish school at 3, get in the car, drive straight to Auckland, do classes, finish at like 8:39, drive back to Whangarei, be home by like midnight, up for school on Friday. Then Saturday would come around, would get up at what, 6, 7, drive straight to Auckland for training from 10 till 4, get home by like 6, 7 on a Saturday night.
And how old were you at this point?
Literally like 8, 7,
8 years old!
Yeah, like the commitment was real. And thank you, Mum, if you watch this, thank you so much for being an actual legend. Because
At Lisa Powell.
who would do that? Like even now I don't think my mum would do it, but I'm so grateful because obviously a lot came from my experience there, and that's just what you did. You got there.
Yeah.
Over to you, bro.
I danced at Beat Street Studio, which was Nicola Wheeler back in the day. And I did all styles, and I also played like touch and netball, so I was like very sporty kid. Didn't really think of much of dance. I saw my friend was doing dance, I really liked to dance, so I did it. I initially wasn't allowed to do hip hop, so I did jazz first.
Wasn't allowed?
I wasn't allowed to do hip. In Auckland it was a thing. If you're watching this, I wasn't allowed to do hip hop because I started dancing when I was 6. I just wanted to do hip hop, and then I was like to the person when I signed up, I was like, I want to do hip hop, and they were like, you're not allowed to do hip hop until you're 10. They actually told me I wasn't allowed to do hip hop till I was 10, which was fine because it actually gave me my technique.
Yeah, well, there was nothing like that.
Yeah, so I was like, I did jazz, contempt, lyrical, and then Siobhan Campbell and Kyle Tootin were from around the area I was from, so they went to that studio. And then Siobhan and Kyle also, funny story, he went to intermediate. When he first came to New Zealand, he went to intermediate, and the intermediate he went to, my mum teaches there, so my mum knew Kyle. And also I've known Siobhan forever. And then, yeah, so once I turned 10, I did hip hop, and I really liked it, really loved it. And it was 2011 when Siobhan and Kyle were like, we're in sorority, this amazing crew, come watch regionals, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay. Went to regionals, I was like, this is a world that I am not used to. Like, typical little dance school, ballets, goes to little competitions, wins my ribbons, gets my little medals.
Ribbons? I thought it was
ribbons. No, I got my ribbons.
I thought ribbons was, yeah.
Do my hip hop solo, slay. Not gonna lie, I thought I was the best of dance. And then I went to I did.
I like it, honestly.
I did, because I won all the solos, you know. I was like, this is cool. Went to regionals and I was like, what is this world? I suck. I don't know anything, basically. I'm doing this fake hip hop kind of to a degree. And then yeah, so that was really cool. And then I got like obsessed, and I like everyone does if you're in the dance world, you watch the Palace, you watch Paris, you get to know and familiarize yourself.
See, it's so funny because I don't get that, because I was there from when it was this shitty garage.
Yeah.
And like the Palace was no one knew who the Palace was.
Exactly, yeah. So then so I was like, in 2012 Siobhan tried to get me to come to Bubblegum, and I said no because I just didn't think I was ready. And then yeah, and we went to regionals and I came last, with Beat Street. Woo! And then I met Samara Ames, and then that's Carlos just making fun of us.
I was about to just kill it.
And then yeah, and then I auditioned 2013, and basically all the girls that were in 2012 after they won their gold medal stayed, and there were only 2 spots. So and then I auditioned, and then I luckily was lucky enough to make it in the 8, and I was really grateful. And then yeah, I was really happy.
Yeah, and then we were in it, and then you left the same year that I did.
Yeah, and then but the only difference was you stayed in. The only difference is she stayed in Bubblegum for 1 more year in 2014, and then I went up to sorority because she's like our year but a little bit younger.
Because of when my birthday is.
Yeah.
I could stay in juniors for a year longer.
So that's my story.
Next question is why/when we left. So as I mentioned earlier, should I just go first?
Yep.
So, as I mentioned earlier, I actually tried to leave like 3 times. So I tried to leave end of 2013, end of 2015, and then I finally left in 2017. So, okay, at the start of 2017, I had thought of leaving, and I said to myself, because I'd already tried to leave 2 times, that I would give myself the entire year to be absolutely certain this time, because I didn't want to be like the girl who cried wolf, you know, like I'd already tried to leave twice, so I was like, if you're going to leave this time, you need to be sure about it. So that whole year, I just kind of enjoyed the year, let myself really be sure of it, and come the end of 2017, it was also a really hard year that year. Like, I think the year before my parents separated, I think 2016, I think.
Yes, because it was during when we did Paris project.
Yes, so the year before my parents separated, that was hard on top of all the training and living away from home as well. Like, that just all added to it.
Yeah.
So then come 2017, I was like, I don't know if I can do this anymore. I'm like not doing enough with my family. Like, just, it was just a lot, because we were always at the studio. You didn't do a lot of anything else, and like I would go home probably every month or second month, and I think I'd just come to a point where I was like, I need to go home more. Like, almost put a bit of like my parents separating on myself for being away, and like the, you know, financial stress of the palace and just everything that came with me living away from home.
Sorry, I'm just gonna butt on yours. I also feel like you always in your head, ever since you were younger, you're like, I'm gonna be an accountant.
Oh, definitely. No, for ages. So come the end of 2017, my mum, not actually me, my mum set up a meeting with Brett, which is, if you guys don't know, Paris's dad. Just because I'd been there for so long, I felt like I needed to just sit down with him and explain, like, hey, I'm actually not coming back next year and this is why. So that's what happened. I had a meeting with him and my mum, and it all went really well. I'm really glad I did that, because I left on really good terms, and I was able, and he said to me then, like, he knew that the year after that was going to be my last year anyway, because it was my last year of school the following year, and then I'd be going to university, which is exactly what I did. And I couldn't dance and do university. Like,
nah.
it's just, it's so intense. I don't know how you do it, but like,
not
I just couldn't.
Yeah.
And so it was really actually perfect timing, because when we did leave, we were able to enjoy our last year of school properly. And I really, to be honest, the reason at the start of 2017 I was like, I think I'm going to leave at the end of this year, is because I just was not enjoying dance anymore. Like, I just hated dancing. Like, I did. Yeah. And so I gave myself that year. It was a really hard year. I had been to Worlds 9 times, and I'd never not made it to finals. In 2017, both the crews we were in didn't make it to finals. So that was a freaking hard pill to swallow.
It was.
And because you put so much into it, you pay how much money to go to Worlds, to not make it to finals,
sacrifice like, birthdays, events, and
family, like everything.
Yeah.
And so yeah, I just wasn't enjoying dance anymore. And yeah, I think just when you find yourself just like
resenting,
like going to training, I would just be like, ugh. And it's nothing to do with the palace. It's just that I was dancing personally so much. Yeah. I just needed a break.
And also, just to add that in, 2017 was also super hard, because the year before that, 2016 holidays, we didn't have a summer break.
Oh, yeah.
Because we went straight into World of Dance, filmed the first season for it, and we had Christmas. That's a big factor. We didn't have like a break, or it's not their fault. That it's just we
signed up for it. But we signed up for it. 2 full years with non-stop.
Yeah, and so obviously with that in mind, and then also with all the older kids from RFV leaving, me, Samai and Ruth were supposedly the leaders in RFV, and sorority, and then to have all that pressure on us as well. It was a lot in 2017, like it was a big year.
So that's probably, but I just took the year to be sure, and then
on top of that we had a lot of dramas at Nationals.
Oh.
If you know, you know. So there was just some banter which did not need to happen.
It happens everywhere.
Yeah, exactly, just normal.
Oh, okay, Kaz is home. Get your part out the way.
My part. So 2017, like we said, it was a really, really hard year. I have never ever, like, in my life kind of started to resent dance. Like, at the start of 2017, like, I was like happy, everything was good, I just think also when you start getting older and you know you've got things to do, you got like, I don't know, it didn't see like it, for me it wasn't a job anymore. Like I didn't see myself, you know, do you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I didn't see myself pursuing it. I was looking at doing event management, which is really cool. And yeah, the biggest thing for me was more so just like, I'm not loving this anymore like I have my whole life, and I'm not. So the moment I started to do that and get kind of complainy at training, I was like, nah, this is my own issue and I don't want to be here anymore. Nothing to do with the palace. Love everyone, love the people there.
I feel like it comes with also finishing school and just coming off that age of like, okay, we're gonna make big girl decisions.
Yeah, and I'm a social person. Like I always used to hate turning up to parties, being always the one that had to like turn up late and then everyone would be like, drink, and I'd be like, like, I used to hate that. So I mean, it was really good to enjoy my last year of school. Binge drink. I do, like, I'm so grateful that I kind of went on my own path and like I had such a good year 13, like I'm grateful for that. But yeah, I mostly left the palace because I was starting to get resentful of dance, not of the palace, of dance.
Quite similar for all of us.
Which was not cool. So the moment I did that, I was like, yeah, I'm just gonna leave. Same as Samaya. I sat down with Brett and a couple of the others, hi mum, and I just said, hey, I'm not coming back. And Brett,
and actually quite a few people left the year we did.
Yeah, and we never did anything bad. It was all like, the way I left was really, really good. We went to the awards night, we finished off the year.
Which I'm really happy about. I'm really happy that we finished the year off.
Yeah.
And yeah. And one thing I did want to actually talk about, this may just be, I don't know, could be putting my foot in my mouth here, but I did want to talk about how, like, the crazy thing for me, when we did World of Dance, we became quite good friends with a few of the dancers there. And they're obviously from America. And it's so normal for them over there to be dancing for like 3 different studios and for it to be okay. Yeah. And that really bothers me here in New Zealand, how separate we are as studios. And so like, it doesn't need to be this big deal like we left the palace. Like obviously because we were there for a while, maybe yeah, it's a bit like, oh no way. But it doesn't need to be this like, oh my god, why'd you leave? And like, I don't know, it's just such a different culture, and I feel like it's getting better here in New Zealand. Yeah. But I don't know, that's another thing we could talk about. Okay, so that actually brings us on to the next question, which is why we're not friends with Ruthie and Powerpuff Girls. Yeah. So I do this because we actually are still friends with her, and naturally, so we lived together. Naturally, us leaving, we used to live in each other's pockets, us three. Put Ruthie here. We used to live in each other's pockets, and we were together every single day. So of course we're gonna have more photos together to post on Instagram. We would, you know, be together every morning, or a lot more, and just, you get the gist. And basically when we left, we were still all at school. I think Ruthie wasn't at school that year. She was dancing full time. She was like going on the, we were so proud of her going on tours. Like it was just, our lives have just gone. One year we were all together every single day, and then the next we weren't, but we still stayed friends. I don't think, like, I couldn't just leave and go, actually no, I don't want to be your friend. Like, that just wouldn't happen. No. And so I think that's why everyone got that idea. It's just because we were living together, so of course it looks like we're together a lot more. And we just didn't see Ruth that much to post with her, but we definitely are on good terms. We see her quite a bit now in town. And we always see her in town. Go Ruth! And we're honestly still on good terms. And it's like our life days are just so different. Like Ruth usually trains at night, which dancers usually do. Sammy works all day. I go to uni. She works, goes to uni. I go to uni or work or whatever, and then I teach at night and she teaches at night. It's just, like, we would get that even in the last year though, like, are you guys not still friends? And it's just because you don't see people posting, and I think it just comes with social media. Like, you don't see this and that, you're like, oh my gosh, they're not friends anymore, but it's really not the case. But yeah, no, we are still 100% friends. People are asking if the Powerpuff Girls are going to make a comeback. We actually, over the past 4 years since we left, have like attempted getting together and doing this and doing that. and we definitely talk about it. So I wouldn't say it's off the cards, it's just a matter of when and if it would happen.
If it fits everyone's schedules.
Oh yeah, that was the hardest thing. We'd talk about it and be like, yes, let's do this, let's do this. And it was just, life happens. But yeah, I would not be surprised if it did make a comeback one day. That would be really cool. Ruthie.
We'll just insert her here.
We'll get her on one day.
Yeah, oh my gosh, we will. Guys, we've got some people lined up for you the next time.
Do. We don't hang out like all the time, again, just because we live together and I honestly barely see you.
Yeah, exactly.
Hence why this video is late, because we haven't been together too
last week was mental. I didn't have 1 hour.
And even up until today, like right now, this has been the first opportunity for us to both sit down together.
Literally, I didn't even know we were gonna like even do this video until Samai sat in the back of the car and she was like, okay, I've written out a couple of things of what we need to talk about, and I was like, dope, bro.
And oh yeah, so that answers that. And these are just honest answers. This is why we left. We are still friends. It's something we can say. Do we regret leaving after seeing a lot of opportunities they've received? Okay. That's a good question.
That's a really good question.
I wouldn't say, it's hard to talk about because we've done this video so freaking far from when we did actually leave, because it obviously we're different people now.
Yeah. If you were to put 2017 me in front of me right now, completely different person.
Yeah. So, from memory, I wouldn't say I regretted leaving, but I would 100% say that it was hard, because I think in 2018, they did like Ciara and stuff. They did the like.
Oh yeah, level up.
Level up. I just knew the move. I was like, what's this one called again?
Little blade. Oh. Sarah.
Lazy blade.
Sarah.
Okay. No, so they did that, and they did like a few things have popped up, and like since then they've always done like Super Bowl, and like they always have opportunities, and it's naturally, we're human, gonna be hard to see that, because you in your head are like, I could have been doing that, and what if I'd stayed? But at the same time, because I was so happy that first year of leaving, like I would go back every now and then, do classes and stuff, and everyone there would be like, Sammy, like you look so happy, you're glowing, and I'm like, it's just that I've had a break. I would go to school every day, come home and just watch Netflix, and I was actually a bum in 2018, but it's what I needed. I went home literally every weekend, got my fix of my family, and yeah, I think because like naturally I did get a little bit, I guess jealous maybe would be the right word.
Yeah.
Possibly, I don't know, but it was never regret of leaving. It was just like, oh, like that's cool, could have done that, but because I'm so happy doing this, I'm fine about it. I think that's the best way for me to explain it.
Definitely. I think also being a teenager, I was in a super unhappy place in 2017, like very, very bad. So for me, it was definitely weighing up the being happy and actually, you know, like now once I left,
I think we just with maturity learnt to put our well-being,
our well-being in
first.
And because yeah for sure, in 2018 I also, it was hard because I didn't go to uni in 2019, but in 2018 I just pursued dance in my own way, like my own path, which was
just doing it for fun instead of like and again, nothing on the Palace, but because when we were there we were competing every year, like
I was sick of competing.
I was so sick of competing.
I was so sick of competing.
And so that just like negative, everything was just negative with me for dance, and so had to leave to get out of that.
2018, going on my own path.
I'm about to go punch him in the head zone.
With dance, I found it really hard because it was like I felt like I was working really hard, but I've met so many cool people in the dance New Zealand industry that I didn't know before at the Palace, and worked with so many different choreographers and did things from myself,
which is cool.
Yeah, like I did the music video with Samsung, which was really cool, from Bianca, thank you very much, with Diane, and that was really, really cool because I did that like by myself.
Maddie, say by myself one more time.
By myself.
By myself.
And what? I'm dead, Carrie, don't even do it again.
So you didn't regret, when you would see their things, you didn't regret it?
Well, I think leaving, I knew that was what I signed up for.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
of course,
actually, that's so smart.
that's what
so true.
That's what I knew. I would see them with
Of course, the
Sierra
palace is going to be doing these things
because
so.
they deserve it. One, Paris has built, so all of that was like, yes, I didn't regret
just
leaving.
expected it.
I just expected it. So obviously, there's a part of
That
your
makes
head
so
that
much
says
sense.
like, oh, you know, you could be doing that, but I was so happy and doing
That's
different
so-
things,
that
and it
is
was
the best
so
way to put
refreshing.
it.
I was so refreshed, like meeting new people and working with Kayla and Indy and all these different choreographers, and I was just like, you know what, this is cool too, and I'm super happy. Anyways,
Yeah.
yeah, that was me.
That actually makes so much sense.
Yeah. That's
Cheers. Have you finished your drink? I've
Yeah.
not been sipping that much.
I finished.
Thanks for joining for yet another episode. Next week, I think we'll hit the fitness journey.
Yeah,
so change it
fitness,
up a
health and
bit.
fitness.
So drop comments below about what you want to know about health and fitness. We'll talk about our own personal journeys. Yeah.
Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We really appreciate it. And stop messaging us about
Yeah, much love. Hopefully we answered like enough of your questions. I feel like we answered the main ones. Give us a like, comment and subscribe. Feel free to share on Instagrams and everything like that, and we'll see you next week. Apologies for this being up late,
Late.
but we will be back on time.
next week. This
I'm
week.
hungover.
Yeah, we actually were.
We actually
no,
were.
but
But
also we had training from 9 till what time did we finish?
I don't know,
Like
it's like
7?
teaching. 7 on Sunday. So
So we were meant to do it, and we attempted to film it the other day, like quickly before we were
we
all
went
going
somewhere,
off everywhere.
but it was dark, so we couldn't even
Really?
see our faces,
Yeah.
and we looked heinous. So
yeah, so that's us.
peace out.
Woo!